If you don't mind,
Take me outside.
under street lights. Stop being so shy.
There she is. She's on now. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people. Everybody knows that my favorite day of the week is Thursday, but today is Wednesday. You know, tomorrow is Turkey Day. Everybody's going to be eating and stuffing their faces, like my good friend Maisha, Shebeta, and Natasha. I know they can't wait to attack the turkey. And I know you're probably saying, who are those people you just mentioned? Well, you're going to see tonight because we have a special edition of the Simeon Henderson Show right here on Intellectual Radio Live. You can watch us live on Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you continue to tune in because we're always giving a voice to the people and we're always doing some good in the hood. You see it. We're motivating. We're sending people out and just doing some good work. But enough of that. It's time for us to get into the Simeon Henderson Show. I'm ready. I'm geeked as usual. So buckle up your seats and get ready because we're about to take off right now.
Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, there ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people. Tonight, we are excited. We're excited to have with us the Anointed Harvesters in the building. So I know you guys probably heard that name before because these two women are near and dear to my heart. You know, so it's like my sister and my mom, and Tasha's like a distant cousin, but you know she's in the family. So, but the Anointed Harvesters is a Chicago-based non-for-profit organization with the mission to empower, uplift, and inspire communities through the arts. This Thanksgiving weekend, we want you to enjoy the Anointed Harvesters virtual presentation of the original dramedy, comedy/drama stage play, The WANNABES. It's going to be Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you will be able to watch it. I know you guys are probably going to be chilling with your families because you can't travel like you want to, but there's a lot of things that you can still do. And it's going to start Thursday night eating turkey. And then as you recuperate on Friday, I want you to do whatever you have to do to get yourself ready for 7 p.m. because it's going down. I'm going to have the link that you can go and see these ladies. It's going to be a good time. They're funny. They're talented. So please welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, the Anointed Harvesters and the special actress, Natasha Palm.
Miss Tony.
Ladies, how are you?
We're wonderful. Very
Cool.
well.
So you guys know I love you, and I'm super excited. I was so excited to see the fact that you guys were doing this project because you know with COVID and everything going on, and we'll talk about that. So many people haven't been able to do a lot of things, and they've been scared to do a lot of things. But I just believe if you stay safe and you do it right, that you can get it cracking, and that's what you guys are doing. And
Yeah.
and so I'm going to start off right. So first of all, I want to say congratulations on your success that you've had with your non-for-profit. You guys have given scholarships out over the years. You guys are always uplifting the community. You guys are faith-based, and which is I love it. The fact that you guys haven't turned away from who you are for Hollywood, that you're staying true to who you are, and I think that's a testament to your faith and your vision. So I'm going to start with you, Maisha, because you're wearing purple.
This is my print. Shout out to my print.
Oh, okay. I see you. Purple Rain is in the building.
Yes.
So, so let me go here. Let's start off. Maisha, tell us about Anointed Harvesters and who they are.
Well, first of all, hello, everybody. Thank you, Simeon, for having me. And I really did everything I can. Hopefully, that echo is not me. I'm still hearing something. I have to be real and keep it real.
It's
Um,
somebody, I don't know who it is.
yeah. Um, so
Look at me. Don't blame it on me.
yeah, maybe mute your phone until your computer until you're ready to talk, Miss Carter, and see if that will help. But anyway,
I get you,
about
Mom.
the Anointed Harvesters, we, like you said, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, but we really started as it came out of the drama ministry at Living Word Christian Center with the illustrious leader, Dr. Bill Winston. And honestly, my mother, she became over the drama ministry in the late 90s. A reluctant leader, I would say, and she pulled me in after I came here and kind of, slid me into place to helping her with that. And out of that experience, we ended up creating the Anointed Harvesters and actually making it a separate entity with, of course, Dr. Winston's blessing. And so we've just kind of taken off from there with whether it's workshops, whether it's films, whether it's, shows, theater, live theater, still do a lot of things in partnership with Living Word. And as you mentioned, we also have our annual award for the arts. That's something that's near and dear to our hearts, to support other creatives, because we know that sometimes people just need the opportunity. They may need just the push. They may need, $1,500, whatever, so we're trying to do our small part, and we're actually expanding that part as we go forward. So some exciting things coming in the future. So
Awesome. So, guys, you're watching the show. I almost forgot to do this. I have to remember to give a shout out to my executive producer, Jamani and Amdi. I got to give a shout out to the people that help me pay the bills. And Sheldon Smith, my creative director, Jose Perez, and Darren DeShazer, and the one and only Earl, the other Winfrey, right here in the studio on the controls. And I want you guys to know, as you're watching this, I'm going to have it up. And as you can see, the Wannabes is streaming Friday, November 27th, 7 p.m. You can go to the Eventbrite, and the link will be up so you guys can check it out, because I want you guys not to miss this opportunity to get what you need so you can tune in. All right. So as we keep going, I want to come down to you, Mama. How are you?
you gotta
wait.
unmute
I'm sorry.
yourself.
Hold on. I got you, Mama. I got you. Hold on.
Okay,
My
good.
bad. Oops. Forgot to unmute. How are you, Ma? How are you?
I'm so glad I'm not the only one with the oopses up in here. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's so good to see you as usual. I haven't seen you as much as I would like to because of the COVID, but I
I
know you guys are
know.
doing great things, and I appreciate the work you do. So I want you to tell me, as the founder and executive director of Anointed Harvesters, I want you to tell us about your vision and what were you thinking when this came to pass?
Well, of course, my vision is to always use the arts to bring good things to people as far as opportunities in the arts, and to uplift the name of Jesus. Anybody that know me know that's my foundation, because Jesus is everything. So, but I think it's a very we have to bring him in creative ways. So I think that the arts are the best way to slide in love, slide in the vision in everyday life. People need to see, how does Jesus work for me today trying to pay this bill? How
Yes.
does Jesus work for me? My husband getting on my nerve. My wife getting on my nerve. The kids ain't acting right. How does Jesus down on that cross all that time have anything to do with today? So I want to bring him into real life. So that's what, and also, of course, make opportunities for other people.
Okay. So I have some good questions for you guys, but I'm going to come down to you, Natasha Palm. Um, you've been doing this for a while. I've had the pleasure of working with you on several projects, and you are just hilarious. I mean, I can't even when you have to have your serious moments, I still try not to chuckle because I'm like,
That's horrible.
I'm like, she's being serious. Oh, hold on. So what has it been like for you twofold? Working as an actor, you can call them either one now, and working with the Anointed Harvesters over the years, you are like, you're like, how people say, you're in the house, like you're a part of Anointed Harvesters. So what has that been like for you, that journey?
Um, to be honest with you, I find myself sizing up a lot of other people to them. And it's kind of like when you run back home to your parents and just wrap your arms around them, like, Mama, like it's one of them. Like, it just doesn't, working with others has not been the same as working with the Anointed Harvesters. I feel like, even in terms of Hollywood standards, there's just a different vibe you get when you work with the Anointed Harvesters. I mean, on a professional level, a spiritual level, a family level. It's an energy and an environment that cannot be duplicated, even from your top professionals. I was shocked when they fed us every night. I was like, we get food every night? Like, I ain't got to cook dinner before I show up to rehearsal? Stop it. And I'm talking like catered food. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like, they
that's
fed,
well, that's because
honey.
Maisha likes to eat. So, if you're working on a project with Maisha, you're gonna eat.
But I actually started excuse me, I actually started with the Anointed Harvesters in church. They had a audition, and I've always acted just behind the scenes. You act a fool with the family, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, but never in real life. And I auditioned for that as Miss Tony, which was the first role I auditioned for, which she will be in this role on Friday. Um, and everything just snowballed from there. Everything snowballed from there. I was able to do other productions with other people, but it's still not like home. The Anointed Harvesters, whoo-wee, that's a level that I don't think too many people can mess with. So I'm very grateful to have been birthed in it.
Well, I'm gonna have to challenge you a little bit on that because I feel you when you say that, because I'll tell you like this. I absolutely adore working with the Anointed Harvesters. I remember the first role I auditioned for them, I didn't get it, and I was crushed. I was like,
Oh,
I
Leon.
was
You're
really crushed.
spoiled. You're spoiled because
But
you're my son.
but I'll say this. This
You
is
know we love you.
but this is it made me, but see, I was crushed, but what it did, it made me ask questions. It made me work harder, and I can honestly say, because I've worked with the Anointed Harvesters, and I will continue to work with them, but because I work with them, it built me as an actor. It made me work more. It made me work more from within, which made it more real and
Yep.
and more believable and more passionate. And it was like, and it was so funny because my mom would always tell me, "Your time coming," and I would always ask questions. And even with Maisha, even though Maisha and I are peers, I would always ask her questions because I always I I trusted your vision. So you guys, so I understand what you're saying, Tasha. Anybody watching it and knows the Anointed Harvesters knows that they want the best, and not only the best as actors, but the best as people. So
Yeah.
I think that's something that really speaks volumes about you guys.
Yeah.
And Maisha, as co-founder and program director, tell us how the ministry of Anointed Harvesters, how it impacts our communities, because I think that's one thing that people miss when they get in the whole thing of making movies and plays and things like that. Sometimes it's a lot of people, we know they want to be famous or they want to be seen and all that, but you have to remember there's stories in here, and it can impact the communities. How do you think Anointed Harvester impacts the communities?
Well, what we hope to do and what our goal always is, first of all, with um, the work that we present, whether it's in, something I write, something internal that we create, that we always want to have a positive message and have positive images Specifically, we really have a thing about the images of Black men that is huge for us. And so even, the film, the first feature film we did, of Boys and Men, we were very intentional about the images of the Black father, the Black man, in those pieces. And even in the play, you referred to the falls. I know that's what you was referring to, that you ultimately did end up getting that role. You didn't get it first time, but that's we sidebar on that. But
Girl, ain't nobody we're not even talking about that no more.
we are talking about no more because you became that role. But even with that piece, I know everything that I write, part of my goal is to not only smuggle in positive messages, but positive images and things that people can relate to. So I'm very much, yeah, I'm a Jesus girl and everything, but I'm very not religious. So I may probably be the heathen out of the three of us. But with that being said, that it really is about, to me, that's one of the biggest impacts that we have, is to put out positive images, and then also support other creatives that have that same goal and that same vision, that they don't want to just put anything out there, that they really are intentional about their purpose for creating art. So really, we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg with how we want to support other creatives. We have a huge vision for what we plan to do for other creatives, as we also create work ourselves, and then hiring other creatives and all of that stuff. So we do really have a huge vision, and that really is our contribution to the community and the community at large, the world community, because it don't stop with just Chicago. So
I appreciate that. And you guys inspired me to want to direct and do my own work. I have something I just did. Hopefully you guys are going to be really, really proud of me, because
okay.
it's a project that's been like 6 years in the making, and I finally shot the pilot, and it's going to be dope. But I wouldn't do it until I did it right. And I think that's when you work with people, everybody watching this, when you work with people like the Anointed Harvesters, the one thing that you're going to learn is how to walk in excellence. And when you talk about excellence, it encompasses a plethora of things, from your mental to your emotional to your spiritual to the way your character. And I mean character as a person. And that's one thing that I really love about you guys, is the fact that you guys take to heart, and you take messages, and it's not churchy. You know what I mean? You can take messages, faith-based messages, and relate it to the world today. It's like and my point before I get to you, Mama, was I talk about how I remember how Jesus went out. He got away from the kings and all of them, and he went out to the peasants and the thieves and the whoremongers, all the people that really needed it. He wanted to feed the people that really needed to be fed. And that's something that you guys do. And I think it speaks volumes about who you are. And Miss Shebeta, tell us about, and this is the thing, how people that are not members of the faith-based communities can connect with Anointed Harvesters, because I want people to understand and know that I don't want them to think, oh, because I don't go to church and all of this, I could never work with the Anointed Harvesters. No, that's not true. So tell people how they can communicate and work with you guys, and what's your vision in that sense, reaching out to the masses.
Yeah, well, we are for it, as Maisha mentioned, she always likes to say that she's not religious, but I want to get people to know that she's the carnal one. But Jesus is not religious. He's cool. He loves people, and that's who we are. He's cool. And see, that religious image that the church has put out about him is not true. So our goal is to, in every production or every relationship, everybody is welcome. Your audition, you got to have some talent. You know what I mean? Don't roll up and you got no talent. So Simeon, you already know I will work you over. So if you ain't got no talent, come on anyway, because we still love you. You may be able to help behind the scenes, but I will definitely let you know I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you're so nice, let me put you on stage. No, you can't be on stage. I love you, but you can't be on stage. But so the door is open for everybody because we love people.
Yes.
We like people, and we want, Jesus said he died for people. So our doors are open for anyone that has opportunity. I mean, anything, they want to present if it rolls along not against what we believe in and that kind of stuff, as far as, whatever. But
Yeah.
the door is open. Go on,
I
my
guess.
Let me interject real quick. The reason why I always emphasize that is because a lot of times, because we have to keep it real, because of the fact that we came out of the church in terms of we started ministry in the church and the Anointed Harvesters, even the very name, the Anointed Harvesters, it gives a certain image, which is an image that we want to give. Okay. But because of the image that has been attached to the church, and even just think about it, there's almost a downplaying of the level of excellence or talent if it's in the church. Like y'all all know, if you ever been to the Baptist church or whatever, somebody up there off key screaming to the titan, they gone baby, sing that song, woo, gone baby, and we know they cannot sing, No, it's all love, but come on, like, and so we're used to certain things. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not from a place of pride, because we evaluate every single thing that we do, and with every single project, we look to get better and more excellent. Because we have not arrived, you know what I mean? We have not arrived, so there's never any like pride or anything there. But what our goal is to grow and to be more excellent, and to also, yes, we want to get to the point where once we get all of the money that we want, we're going to be able to really rival the things that the top studios in Hollywood brings out, the Broadway shows, that is really our goal. The difference between a lot of times, Broadway, Hollywood, etc. And the independent players, is usually budget, resources, and due to those resources, you may have, a limited ability to get certain talents. Okay. Thank God we've really been blessed to have come across talent like you and Natasha and many others.
Y'all get access to everybody. You got access to everybody.
Listen, but we really are about, the quality and not the quantity, which is why we haven't been really sticking and moving a whole bunch. You don't see us just coming out with, because we really are about quality and not quantity, and growth with every single thing that we do. So,
and I get it. Tasha, you can actually unmute yourself. I figured out what the problem was.
What?
The problem is Maisha and Mama are in the same house.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I'm muted.
So that's why. So when I'm talking to one of you two, the other one mute and then come in, because if you're muted, then you have to worry about it. But you guys are in the same house. I figured it out.
I thought you was doing that. Okay.
Yeah, but like I was trying to say, I actually have an attitude every time y'all do something and y'all don't call me.
We know that because you're spoiled.
Y'all look, I could be on Chicago PD, Empire. I could be on Netflix. I could be on WCIU. I don't care what I'm on. If y'all don't call me to be a part of a project, I got an attitude. Because, but and let me say this, I'll tell you guys this. Mama, I used to want to fight Mama. We'd be on set, she'd be directing me, and she would be on me, but it was good. And I'm talking about, I'm like, oh, this lady don't leave me alone. I don't even know her right now. But I can say this, one thing I appreciate and loved about it is the fact that you saw stuff in me that I didn't even see in myself. And you knew how to bring it out. But that discernment and being able to see it and for me to trust you, it honestly, it made me a much better actor. And it's because my whole thing was not to act to be famous, but this is my passion and my purpose is people. So whether I'm speaking or telling a story, I want to affect people in a way, whether I'm playing the bad guy or the good guy. And that's one thing that you guys bring. And Natasha, I got to ask you this real quick. You play now, everybody, Natasha is like 32, 33 years old. I think she might be 29.
38.
She might be, but
38. Just turned 38 on November
I did not know
6th.
she was 38.
Wait, girl,
She plays a 75-year-old like she's 75 years old. When I first met Natasha, she's playing that old lady. It was funny because she would be in character. And then afterwards, one day she was in her regular clothes, went and jumped in her drop top. I was like, who's that? They was like,
you jumped in movie.
Yeah, she jumped in her drop top. I'm like, who was that? They was like, that's what's the name that play. What's your character name? Miss Tony.
Miss Tony.
Miss Tony. So what has it been like for you to embody this character of this older lady? And I mean, like, just take her to a whole nother level.
Miss Tony is the best character because Miss Tony, first of all, Miss Tony can get away with a lot. Just the old woman. You know, Miss Tony can say what she can look at you funny, and you're not gonna say nothing back because you're not gonna disrespect your elders like that. You know, Miss Tony is the perfect role to try anything in a certain realm, but to try anything that comes to mind and see if Miss Shebeta and Maisha can flow with it, baby. Some of the best moments Miss Tony done had then came off the dome, and they're like, run with it. I'm like, okay.
I was like, she got free reign. I never that it was a scene with Miss Tony and my character David, and I was by the bar and I was doing something, and I had to bend over because I could not hold that laugh in for nothing. I was like, I lost all cool points that day. I was like, so
can I wait? Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say something?
No, yeah, I was about to say, Mama, interject.
Okay, when we were casting for Miss Tony, right? We had a different person in mind. We had a big Miss Tony. So we're auditioning, and we had just met Natasha. This is her first season coming, and this little skinny chick come up in there, and so she's up there, and me and Maisha, after she got started, we looked at each other. We like, that's our Miss Tony. I mean, it was like nobody else could have played this part but this little girl here. It's like, oh my God. And it was just, I mean, talking about a character that I love and that you just tickle me. I mean, it's like stuff you do and say, it's like, oh my God, I just call you Miss Tony anytime I want to. You answer the phone like, oh girl. But anyway, yes, we got her. She just was marked as Miss Tony.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can you mute yourself so I can say something?
I don't know how to do it. I know how to do it.
Mute her. Okay. I said, can you mute her so I can say something?
Oh, okay. Hold on. There you go. So go ahead.
What I was going to say is that, first of all, just, talking about, you hear writers say it all the time, but it really is a partnership between the writer and the actor. If you get an actor that can truly, it is something about bringing what's in here out. Yes. And that actor being able to really embody that character and really bring that character to life. And that's really what Natasha did from day one with Miss Tony. And what I love about working with Natasha is she's constantly, like, she's really into character development. And she'll take what you've given her and she'll learn who that character is. So any ad lib that she does, which she don't just randomly do, she'll bring it in rehearsal, and then it's like, okay, we work with that, and then she'll stick with it,
It goes with the character.
One of those things where she really learns that character, and so every move she makes, if there's an ad lib, whatever the case may be, she's bringing it from the heart of that character. And to be honest with you, it was one of those things when I was writing the Wannabes, to circle it back to that. So, okay, if everybody hasn't made the connection, Miss Tony's character, Natasha's character, it originated in the play that we did called The Falls, and we also
Right.
did a web series based on that play as well. So Miss Tony was originally a part of that story. When I was writing the Wannabes, and of course, we knew we was snagging Natasha, but I just didn't know what I was going to do with her yet. I didn't know I was in the process of writing the script, and then it hit me late one night. I was sweating blood trying to get the script out, and it hit me. Miss Tony needs to be brought back into this story, because I'm not going to give any spoilers away for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But Miss Tony's, her character is one of comedy and profound wisdom. And it's the way she delivers that wisdom. And she was the perfect vehicle to infuse the wisdom that needed to be infused in this piece, the Wannabes. And I had to bring the character back. And of course, I had to give my girl some juicy to work with. So it just always, those are the moments that you really, really, it makes it all worth it. It makes it really a joy when you are working with people that they just get it, and it just flows. It's a chemistry that you can't fake. You know, there's really a chemistry there. So thank you, Natasha, for being so awesome.
Thank you.
Am I on? I have one more thing to say about Natasha. Okay.
You're on.
Okay. Yeah, I had one more thing to say about Natasha. I just love working with her because I love people that learn their lines. That's not high maintenance. You know what I mean? She's low maintenance. She's an excellent talent, and she brings something to the table.
Right.
And she's directable. See, I need people that are directable, because I will work a nerve. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to get something out of a person, y'all know.
People that's not going to take it personal and know that it's for the betterment.
Yeah, right. Because don't be get all irritated with me because I'm trying to get on your nerve. And Maisha gets on my nerve too, directing me, because that's how it is. Because
remind me to come back to that.
When you're up there and they telling you to do something that you think you're doing already, it's like, well, what is she talking about? So that's just how it is. But with Natasha, I have to say she's a great asset to a cast. She's an asset. She know how to do something. She does it well, no matter what roles we've ever had her in. She's just been, this girl is outstanding. So I'm just honored to work with you and know you.
Tosh, I got a question. Are you paying these women to say this stuff about you?
No, I'm not.
You can write the check.
My pockets ain't that fat yet.
I was trying to. Hey, look. Hey, let me tell you guys. Everybody watching this, let me tell you something. If you think this interview is super cool, and if you think this interview is cool, somebody said good evening, Sharita McKeithen. She said, it popped up. She said, good evening. If you guys think this interview is fun and lighthearted and full, just wait till you come and see the Wannabes. So now I want to get into this. It's so funny when I think about doing interviews, and I'm always like, oh man, we got to feel this time. It's like, man, the time just goes. But it's about when you're walking in that vein and you're doing and your purpose and you're doing what you're supposed to do, it becomes effortless. And that's what doing the show has become to me. That's what acting has come to me that way, is because it's what I love to do and I do it from the heart. So it's like you can't find any better joy than being able to walk in your purpose. And when I think about you guys, all three of you guys, I think about this dramedy, right? And tell us, because a lot of people, it's so funny, for a while, even being in the business, I had never really heard the term dramedy. Right? It's like it's funny how you can be in something and not, but I know what it is now. But Ms. Shebeta, tell people what is a dramedy and give us a brief description of how it relates to the Wannabes.
Okay. Well, the dramedy, this is why I like to say that I believe life is comedy and serious too, because you can't have all serious drama, because that's just a downer. But then a dramedy is where you're telling real life situations, but you have the comedy aspect of it in there too. So people are laughing, but you're laughing your way to the solution. For example, the productions we do, when people say, y'all do gospel plays? I say, no, we do life plays. Because I want my drunk uncle that's sitting, that's on that stage. I want that drunk man to sit in that seat and say, "Oh, that's me up in there," and then he see the solution. You
Right.
know what I mean? You want to
Yeah.
see the, don't just put the problem out there. So dramedies are taking real life situations and circumstances,
Yes.
and then, but the humor is in it. Like for the falls, when you played the drug, you had an issue with drugs,
Hmm.
and then by the end of the thing, the whole thing, it was comedy in there, but real life situation. At the end, when you got rid of them, one of the young ladies, and this was before when we did it, she said that a young lady she had brought there had confessed to her that she had been taking these drugs, these
Hmm.
whatever you call it, ecstasy pills. So it changed their life. But
Mhm.
they laughed through the whole thing, but they got the message. So that's what a dramedy is to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
And wannabes is dealing with the wannabe granny dramedy. So we go through
Love
some dramedy
it.
trying to get us some grandbabies up in this house. You know what I mean? Hey, this is a serious issue. But a lot of people are having those issues. So many people have come up to me after the play said, "Girl, they are wannabes. They want them kids to
Mhm.
have them babies, but they ain't thinking about them." So yeah, that's what a dramedy to me is.
You want? Let me tell you the worst wannabe to me.
What?
I can't stand. I'm sorry, and I mean it in a good way.
I know what you mean.
I can't stand when I go places and black folks try to act so uppity, like they never seen nothing, been nowhere, and done nothing that ain't got nothing to do with money. I can't. But and it's so funny because like with me now, I can honestly say I've been the same. I don't change. I remember when I was a shorty and lived in the projects, we had roaches. Yeah, we did. So what? I ain't got them now, but I remember all those things. I remember what it's like to have holes in the bottom of my shoes because my mother couldn't afford. She kept us fed and clean
Mhm.
and clothed. But I
Mhm.
remember I couldn't always get the gym shoes I wanted and all that stuff. That's why I got a lot of gym shoes now. And everybody know my little sister for one of my birthdays, Maisha was like, "What you want?" I was like, "You can put on for these gym shoes I want." And I still got. But no, but what I'm saying is, I love the fact that when people can understand where they come from or where they
Mm-hmm.
came from. But not only that, even if you didn't come from poverty, you can relate and
Yeah.
understand how those people might feel.
Yep.
So what? You got a lot of money. So what? You never struggled. But that doesn't mean that you can't understand struggle
Right.
and be sensitive to struggle.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I like about serving people is the fact that it doesn't matter what you're doing or where you're at. It's about the heart that you have for people and to see them be successful. So that's what I commend you guys on that big time. And the talking about the anointed harvesters, right? And so let me ask you this: when people watch on Friday, because so guys, you're getting a nice introduction and a lot of information about who the anointed harvesters are, who Miss Shebeta, Maisha, and Natasha are, and now and seeing your personalities shine through, and the laughter and the wisdom. I think that these are the things that are going to make people really want to watch your projects and what you do. And going back, I want to go back. I remember, and this was really when I first really started getting into acting. I remember you guys did the movie A Boys to Men, right?
And
Now,
men,
and
of
men,
Boys
boys
and men.
and men.
a boys and men. I said a boys to men. I'm thinking about
I know,
the
right? I
singing
know.
group. I'm black.
Right.
Yeah, I'm black. I'm thinking about the singing group. Um, and it's the holiday season, but of boys and men. Looking at that project, right? So here you guys are. You were fairly new at that time, right? Your
Yeah.
company was fairly
It was
new at
our
that time.
first. Can
That
you
was
hear
our first film.
me? Am I muted?
Oh, no, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
It was your first film, but this is what I want you to elaborate on and talk to people about. It was your first film, but you had a big budget.
Um,
Well, I mean, you had a
compared
nice
to,
budget.
yeah, okay, so yes, compared to many people with their first
Mhm.
films, independent filmmakers, yes, we did. And the reason why was that because really we had not planned to do of boys and men. We had not planned to do anything of that scale.
Mhm.
We have a shadow training program, and we had gotten a grant to do this shadow training program. And as we move forward in order to do the shadow training program, which was to provide opportunity for people in the arts who had the basic skill. Basically, they had the basic skill, they had the basic backgrounds, they just had not had the opportunity to actually work on a major project. Because let's keep it real, I don't know about anywhere else, but in Chicago, when we started to get into wanting to learn the film business, there were a lot of shut doors in our faces. There was a lot of, not people that weren't willing to, say, hey, I'll mentor you, or I'll allow you to blah, 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 with us asking. So we were like, you know what, bump y'all. We're gonna make our own door, okay? And well, that's my term. My mother didn't say that, but that was our term. But anyway, that's why we're good partners. We have different personalities. So basically, when it really was our shadow training program, and our desire to make opportunity. We were like, okay, if we've had this experience, there's plenty of people that they have the raw talent, they have the raw skill, they just haven't had the open door. So that was our purpose and our plan. And honestly, it just became this big thing, this big experience that I believe maybe God knew it was going to be. Because honestly, if I had known it was going to be all that walking in the door, I probably would have been a little bit more like, I'm cool right now, because it was definitely a bachelor's, a master's, a PhD, all wrapped into one with that whole process. So it was a huge learning experience. So yeah.
Don't you look at experiences like that and be like, oh, if I knew then what I know now. Right? Go ahead, Mom.
Honestly, I was not emotionally prepared for that experience. I have to be honest with you, because my basic personality is a little bit more high strung. I'm a very I don't put labels on myself, but somebody else may say I'm more type A, like I'm boom, 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 boom. I'm not really, even though I'm creative, I'm still, there's that other side of me that I think I like things to be decently and in order. Okay.
Right.
I like to know what's going to happen, and I like to be in control of those happenings. And when
like
you're
structure.
producing a film,
You like structure.
Huh?
You like structure.
I like structure. Yes.
Wait, so ain't no structure when you producing a film? It's not like that.
No.
When you're.
She's saying when she was 23 years old and she did it.
Yeah. Let's say that when I was 23. Yeah. Yeah, but I really, because it was one of those things. I'm one of those people that have to mentally prepare. And I'm better now because I've become a lot more nimble emotionally. But then it was like jumping into the deep end, into the frying pan, into all that. And then I'm like, I'm ready to fight the power every turn and every whatever, because you have to stand your ground, not only as a woman, but as a first time producer, and people knowing that you don't know certain things, because you're honest. We're very authentic people. We don't go around fronting and acting like we know stuff that we don't know. We're like, no, we're learning this, but guess what? We have basic intelligence. We have certain skills already. And my mother would definitely say we got the Holy Ghost. So, so you ain't gonna play
number one teacher.
Go ahead, Mom. What you say?
Yeah, like Maisha said, we are two different personalities, and we have two different experiences. Now, with experience, I don't like to not know what to do, but this is the basics of life in Jesus. He ain't gonna tell us everything, right? But that project was really from him. The people he gave us Robert Townsend to mentor us. So we didn't know Jack, but Robert knew a lot. You know what I mean? So he gave us people, but the person that we do know is the Holy Ghost. And that's just for real. He's more real than anybody else. So we trust in him every step of the way. Because when you don't know something, and who know it, don't nobody know nothing but him.
Mhm.
So during this process, if we're gonna ever move, if anybody's gonna ever move to another level, you got to move to something that you don't know how to do,
Right.
or you just gonna do what you know how to do, and that ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
and you have to get in uncomfortable situations. But with that project, the Bible says if you reach for righteousness, and everything will be added unto you. With that film, that was just to me a testimony of who Jesus is to me, because he added to us Robert Townsend and other named people.
Mm-hmm.
He added to us people to train us. That's what we're about, training. So he added people to train us in every step of the way. We went to LA for a film festival at that time, right? We went a workshop, and they were saying,
Mm-hmm.
well, in your first film, don't expect this, don't expect that. Everything they said not to expect. Me and Maisha looked at each other, because the Lord had given us all of that. He had given us a name, talent. He had given us everything, and we was like, man, because we don't,
Everything people tell, yeah.
yeah,
But that's
we
what
don't
happens,
need, yeah,
when
because
you
we
don't
don't need to
trust
be
when you
struggling
trust
like
people.
other people.
Mm-hmm.
We follow him, but he's the provider, and he did. And so Maisha she was still working a 9 to 5, and I had more time to be there. And she is more hyped up. I'm like this. It's gonna be all right. She like, this is mom. Don't worry, we got Jesus got this, and it's like a hundred out of the shake animal. You know,
Right.
you be shaky and stuff, but he got it. You know what I mean? He's not shaky. Go ahead.
Listen. And you know, every time she would say that to me, I wanted to scream. What's happening here, woman? I don't hear all that right now.
Hey, look, which brings me to my next point. I gotta say this before we get off. Let me tell you people this. Mama and Maisha are the funniest two people I've ever seen in my life when they working together. And it's so tripped out because Mama's so polite. Mama's so polite. Maisha be like, no, 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 no. And Mama she'll just go like this. And let her finish. She'll let her finish. And then be like, is it my turn? But it's so cool. It's so cool to see that dynamic that you two have, that you can work together. I mean, yeah, we know you're mother and daughter, but Mama, you respect your daughter as a professional, and she respects you not only as your mom, as her mom, but as a professional. And people, you always hear me call Miss Shebeta Mama. I'll tell you this quick story in 30 seconds. Before Miss Shebeta even knew I was an actor or anything, I used to always go to Living Word with my son, little Simeon, in the car seat, and my mother. And we would sit down in the front or whatever, and Mama would always talk to my mama. And it was so funny. And she always reminded me of my mama. So when my mom passed, it was just like natural for me to call you mama. It was so tripped out. And it was like, I was like, well, Maisha, you got to share your mama with me. So I was like, you got to share your mama. So I guess that's probably why I was always ticked off when I couldn't work with y'all, because I just want to be with you guys, because I learned so much, and the energy and the atmosphere. It was what I needed to grow as a man, not only as an actor but as a man, because I learned so much, and always paid attention, and I thank you guys for that, because that was really important to me, and it still is. And when I look at how you guys work together, it always lets me know something that I always tell people. I say, yes, you can work with your family. Yes, you can talk about religion. You can do this stuff, because people always want to make you think you can't do that because you can't get along. And I just think that's a bunch of BS, because as long as you respect each other, you can do anything. So,
and you have to be real. You have to be real. You have to understand each other, because you, and as parents, you have to know that as your children grow up, you have to deal with them as adult people, not like, well, you my child, you know.
right.
But one thing though, you have to understand each other. You have to be authentic, and like, she'll get on my nerve, and then she'll say, you what's wrong? I got on your nerve. Yeah, you got on my nerve. Okay, you know what I mean? We're honest. We don't be acting like, oh no, you got on my nerve. Then when I get on her nerve, then you got on my nerve. We know it, and then we admit it, and we gone. It's true. It's true.
Mhm.
It's true. It's not as serious, you know. But I want to say about your mother. You know how God, He does put people together. He put us together because that year that the church went to Six Flags. I'm not a Six Flags person. We went to Six Flags. Me and your mother. I think that's before I knew that little Simeon was your baby. I didn't know you
Mhm.
had no child, but me and your mother sat next to each other the whole ride, and we talk, and then and then we end up talking. That's when I found out that was your baby. I'm like, Simeon got a baby, but we got
Nobody
to
knew.
know. We got to know each other on that trip to Six Flags, and it just turned out that that was your mother. But I think God, He already know, He put us
Mhm.
together like that. So anyway,
Yeah. So everybody that don't know that story, no one knew I had a baby for the first, I want to say, 3 to 4 months that I had him.
yeah, because he was
When I got
little.
when I went and got my baby, look, I disappeared. I was in the house every day. He laid on me. That's how we got such a good bond. And
I
then once I
know.
brought him out, I had to take him to rehearsals. Remember, I had my kids, but my kids always well behaved.
Yeah.
But so I thank you for that. That was it was just a blessing, and that's just what the anointed harvesters bring. So guys, when you watch, you hear me, I said when you watch the wannabes on Friday, you see the link right there. It'll be streaming Friday, November 27th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, www.eventbrite.com/E/129-633-516-337. Make sure you guys tune in. I promise you that you won't regret it. This girl right here, this one, you know, yeah, right there, right there. She
There we
will,
go.
she will not look this hot and sassy on
Hello.
Friday. She will look like your grandmama.
They can't dress.
One more thing about Friday.
Yes,
Am
ma'am.
I unmuted? One more
Yes,
thing
no.
about Friday. We're going to do a live Q&A Zoom on Friday, but the actual thing will be available through Sunday night. So if you can't look at it Friday, still go on because it's going to be available Saturday all day through Sunday night. So you can still go and check it out.
Okay, so Friday night there'll be a
A
live.
live Zoom Q&A with the cast and producers.
Okay, so that's the warm up. So Friday is the warm. So Friday is like the pre-show.
No. We Maisha explained it to them. Let her
Please.
explain.
So, so it's a whole virtual event on Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and that will include the screening of the wannabes as well as the Q&A, the live Q&A with the cast and the producers afterwards. And we also have very exciting announcement that we'll be making as well during the Q&A. So we don't want people to miss that. But again, this is one of those events where we're not selling tickets. We have it literally a donation of any amount because we really just want people to tune in, experience the production, and then also get the opportunity to engage with the cast and producers as well. But again, if you are unable to participate at 7 p.m. on Friday, then you can still go to the link, secure your access, and you'll still have that access through Sunday night, the 29th. So that's what,
Okay.
Is that, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what we needed to know. So I want to thank you all so much for coming on the show. I mean, look at this. It's crazy. An hour has gone past already. And I really appreciate you guys. And I'll say it in front of the whole world. I love you guys. You are some of my favorite people in this world. And I want you to continue doing what you're doing because it's so necessary and it's so needed. And people really appreciate you for it.
And
Thank you.
I'm so thankful to you too, because I'm so proud of you, Simeon. If I didn't get a chance to say that, are we still on?
Yes.
I'm so proud of you and your show. I've watched you grow, and I'm like, woo-hoo! All right.
That means a lot. That means a lot. It's so funny. You know how you always have people where their opinion really means a lot to you. And when you tell me, I remember you told me something I was doing, and when you told me how proud of me you were, it made me, but stuff like that pushes me to just want to do even greater things. And Maisha tell you, I call her all the time asking her opinion because I want her wisdom. But you guys are you're a great talent. The Anointed Harvesters, everybody, the wannabes. Make sure it starts streaming this Friday. I want you to check out my girl Natasha, Miss Shebeta, and Maisha. They are doing their thing and they are building up communities and they're doing it through the arts. And this is what we need, especially during a time like this. So thank you all so much for coming on and
Thank
blessing
you.
me and my show with your presence.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Thank
appreciate
Thank
you.
you,
you so much.
Simeon. Thank you so much.
And
Really appreciate
look
it.
forward to seeing you guys. And oh, really quick, what's the website and where they can find you guys on social media?
On Facebook, you can do at the Anointed Harvesters with an S, and then on Instagram as well as Twitter, we're a Harvesters with an S, Shy CHI. That's a Harvesters with an SCHI. And yeah, you can also go to the anointedharvesters.org. Our website do need to be updated, but you can still go there. And if you desire to see the play, The Falls, that we talked about earlier, that initially introduced the character of Miss Tony, and also that Simeon played the lead in, you can go to the anointedharvesters.org, and you'll be able to order that play. So
Cool. And I wanted to tell you before we go, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna talk to you guys because I want us to put up the falls. We need to put that up. People need to see that, and we'll do like maybe a week where we show each one. And let's get at it. So Natasha,
Okay.
I'll see you later. Mama, I'll see you later. And
Okay.
Maisha, you guys are watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Shout out to my executive producer, my producers, everybody involved with the show. I appreciate you guys so much, and it's time to go. We will see you next time on the Simeon Henderson Show. Happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys.
Bye bye.